Welcome back, everyone. Today's video we're going to be talking about 3 movies and 3 games that they tug at my heartstrings. You know, they bring a tear to the eye. You know what? I'm not a man who cries often, but sometimes something just kind of hits you right here. You know what I mean? So, let's get right to it. First up, if you happen to see my wife is out of town skit I did a little while ago, I hinted to this, and you know what? It's true. And that is The Lion King. Not gonna lie, man. It just... I think this was the first movie as a kid that, like, actually brought a tear to my eye, you know? And to this day, it's hard to watch Mufasa die. It's just... man, it gets me every damn time. Now, here's the funny thing. My wife cries on just about every movie. Swear to God. Like, just watching anything and she just starts bawling. Does not cry. Has never cried, apparently, on The Lion King. How heartless can you be? Next up is one of my favorite video games of all time, if not my favorite video game of all time. I have played it so many times, and I probably will play it again in the future. But I will admit, I feel like this is the first game that really kind of, like, you know, made me feel emotional. Actually, the whole game is like an emotional roller coaster, in my opinion. That is Silent Hill 2. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about this game because I do plan on talking about the Silent Hill series. But you know what? Just the fact that the main character's name is James kind of helps me, you know, away. It kind of really gets me involved in the game. I feel like it's talking to me. But it's just the ending, man. The ending when Mary's reading the letter and she starts getting choked up and everything. Man, it gets me every time. Next, movie. A recent movie. Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. So I think a big part of this was the fact that I remember watching this in theaters. I was with my wife and my buddy Matt. If you remember the Hacks video I talked about, my buddy Matt was featured for a quick second in that. We were all there together, and it was at the Live Aid performance. Now, in reality, Freddie Mercury didn't know he had AIDS when they did Live Aid. But for the movie, it kind of worked out really well. And I happened to look over, my wife has a tear going down, like that kind of starts getting me going, it starts getting Matt going, but it was just somehow like how they put it all together, it was like, it was so emotional, and I don't know, it was weird. Like, nothing sad was really happening, but it was, I don't know, man, it just hit me, it did. Next is a game I honest to God hated the first time I played it. And I want to elaborate on that. I played the demo for it. I heard a bunch of people talking about this game, how this game was so great, and I played the demo for it and I was like, this sucks. And the reason for that is because it kind of throws you into the middle of the game. You don't know what's going on. You don't know anything about these characters. And I kept dying in this one spot and I was like, I don't really care. This game seems stupid. But a few years ago, my wife bought me the Taco Bell exclusive PS4 from a pawn shop of all places, and it came with a game. Problem was, I opened the game before I opened the console, and I was like, cool. And yeah, I felt like I had to play it now. And you know what? I fell in love with it. But within the first 10-15 minutes, I was like, heartbroken, man. I was not expecting that. Now, aside from the first 10-15 minutes of the game, the rest of the game really isn't that depressing. But, you know, it kind of ends happily, I guess you can say. But, I don't know, man. That first part of the game just really got to me. Next video. This one to this day, man, just gets me every damn time. The Fox and the Hound. I loved this movie as a kid. I still love this movie. It's one of my top favorite Disney movies. But you know what? Every damn time I'm watching that movie and that freaking old hag decides to drive that damn fox into the fucking middle of the woods and it's raining outside. You couldn't pick a fucking bright sunny... No, it's fucking raining outside. You take this fox, a domesticated fox that you fucking raised from a goddamn pup or a cub, whatever the fuck they're called, you leave him out in the goddamn woods and then you drive off. What the fuck, man? It just... angers me. And then you just see the sad look on his face. Again, it's raining out. You know, it could have been a nice, bright, sunny day, but no, it's fucking raining. That just adds to the sadness. This poor fox who's never known what it's like to be out in the wild. You need to introduce an animal to that. You don't just fucking throw him out in the woods. It's like, and you know what? For some reason, this movie I feel like I have abandonment issues now. You know, and that's weird because you know what? My parents are still together. They didn't abandon me, but for some reason, when I watch this movie, I just think of my mom driving me out in the middle of the woods, fucking opening the door, kicking me out of the car, and say, "Fend for yourself, you little shit." Side note, my mom used to always call me a little shit, and she still does. But yeah, I got that out of my system. Every damn time, man. That scene just is so depressing. Last up is a game I kind of bought on a whim. I didn't know anything about it. I'd heard about it, but nothing really good or bad. But I really liked the art style that I was seeing. And, you know, it just kind of looked like a fun little cute, you know, laid back platformer. And yeah, only part of that was true. And that is Ori and the Blind Forest. Now, I remember the night I sat down to play this for the first time. I grabbed a drink, went and laid down on the couch, was expecting to relax, have a good time, and within 10-15 minutes, I was depressed. Like, why? Why did it start off that way? That's not why I bought this game. I wanted to have fun, you know, feel happy, not sad. And not even just the beginning. The end of it is freaking depressing as hell. Like, this whole game is just sad. Like, it's just one sad thing after another. It's a great game, though. I had a lot of fun with it. It's challenging. It was not as laid back as I was expecting, but gorgeous game. And recently, I actually had the chance to play the sequel, The Will of the Wisps. Another great game. Nowhere near as depressing. I didn't enjoy it as much as this one, but you know what? The trailer was a little misleading, but man, the trailer for Will of the Wisp was freaking depressing. Great game, though, but man, it really got me in the feels. Let me tell you. Bonus video. I literally just now thought of this off the top of my head, so I don't have it here, but we're going to talk about it. Toy Story 3. And you know what I'm talking about. Man, that ending scene where freaking Andy's giving away his toys to, I can't remember her name, but man, that was so depressing. You know, I remember when Toy Story 3 came out because I was so excited. I'm a grown-ass adult now, and I'm excited about this movie because I grew up with Toy Story. I loved Toy Story 1 and 2. And I went and saw this in theaters. And you know what? I think what bothers me the most about that scene is like, it's almost like watching the end of your own childhood. And it's kind of what I felt. And it's weird. I actually remember the day. I used to play with action figures. I had like my Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, and you know, all that kind of fun stuff. And I remember the day I was looking in my closet and I saw my action figures. I was like, man, I hadn't played with these forever. I can't tell you what age I was, but I tried, and the imagination was just, it was gone. It was not there. And yeah, that's kind of how that felt. It just gets me every damn time. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And let me know in the comments below what movies or games hit you right in the feels. You know, bring a tear to your eye. It's okay. Don't be ashamed. Everyone deserves a good cry every now and then. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you again real soon.